السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا بكم طلبة وطالبات الصف الثالث الأعدادي. النهاردة هنكمل مع بعض منهج الترم الثاني وهنبدأ في يونت نمبر 15. عنوان اليونت بتاعنا is technology. الأوبجكتس اللي احنا هندرسها في اليونت دوت هندرس السكند كونديشنال with would might or could. عندنا قطعة reading about technology وعندي طبعا جزء listening and speaking. And we will start with the reading part. Read the newspaper article and check your answers. To exercise number 1. طبعا exercise number 1 بيقول لي what can you do on the smartphone as well as talk to people. يعني as well as بالإضافة إلى talk to people. What can you do with the smartphone? طبعا we can take pictures, we can make movies, and we can watch movies. We can play games, we can write and send emails, and we can do a lot of things using the smartphone. Now you have to check your answer from the reading part. The latest technology. Egypt was the first Arab country to use the internet. يبقى هي كانت أول دولة to use the internet. And now has nearly 50 million internet users. الانترنت users اللي هم طبعا مستخدمي الانترنت. internet users مستخدمي الانترنت. However, technology is changing all the time. يعني however يعني means but. Technology is changing all the time. طول الوقت التكنولوجي بتتغير. So it is important to learn about the latest developments. طبعا latest اللي هي الأحدث the newest and development اللي هي التطورات. يبقى لازم نتعرف على أحدث التطورات في مجال التكنولوجيا. Many jobs now require means need تحتاج أو تتطلب require you to know how to use social media. طبعا السوشيال ميديا like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Line, and so on. Some companies now use social media to advertise jobs. Advertise jobs معنى تعلن عن الوظائف. And arrange interviews. معنى برضه ترتب للانترفيو. In fact, if a person didn't know how to use social media, it might be more difficult for them to find you. يعني لو أنا ما أعرفش أستخدم السوشيال ميديا, this would be difficult for me to find work. How we send messages is also changing. In the past, we could only send emails using a computer. Now, you can send texts or emails on a mobile phone or a tablet. Social networking sites allow you to send the messages to many people at the same time. يعني السوشيال ميديا أو السوشيال نتوركينج سايت بتديك الفرصة إن أنت تبعت messages to any number of people at the same time. يعني تبعت لعدد كبير at the same time. This is very useful if you want to send the messages to a group of people. For example, to your friends in a sports team or a book club. The way that we use our mobile phones is also changing. We can use them to transfer money. طبعا transfer money يعني أعمل تحويل للنقود زي ما بحول على فودافون كاش أو بحول على البنوك وهكذا. To or from a bank or even to pay for things and shops. If someone wanted to have the latest technology, they could buy a smartphone. يبقى لو أنت عايز تحصل على latest technology أو أحدث تكنولوجيا هتشتري سمارت فون. The latest technology can help you to do many things. You can find out about it online or in some magazines. يبقى عندي هنا هراجع كده النيو فوكاب. يبقى عندي الانترنت users اللي هم مستخدمين الانترنت. developments اللي هي التطورات. require تتطلب. social media اللي هي مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي. advertise يعلن. arrange يرتب. transfer بمعنى يحول نقود. Now let's move to the exercise. Exercise number 3. Which of the words in red in the text means the following? The process of becoming bigger, better, etc. This is development. Tell people about something in newspapers or on TV, and this is advertise. إذا أنا أعرف الناس about something in paper or on TV. Make plans for something to happen. This means arrange. Arrange. Later. Need to ask you to do something. Need or ask you to do something. Because this requires. Websites used by people to communicate. Because this social media. Move someone or something from one place to another, because this is transfer. Exercise number 4. Are these sentences true or false? Egypt used the internet before any other country in the world. طبعا false. هي before any other world in the Arab country. ما بين العرب countries. You can find some jobs on the internet. طبعا this is true. You need a computer to send email. يبقى طبعا true. Some people can buy things using their mobile phones. يبقى this is true. Now let's move to exercise to lesson number 2. وطبعا ده السؤال الخاص بالجرامر. طبعا بيقول لنا what underline would, might, could, if the two and the two verbs in each sentence. طبعا انا عندي نوت بيقول لي if a person didn't know how to use the social media it might be more difficult for them to find work. طبعا زي ما احنا شايفة عندي if بقى وراها past simple والجملة الثانية فيها might plus infinitive. عندي number 2 بيقول لي if someone wanted to وهنا دي برضه في past simple have the latest technology they could buy smartphone. If you had a smartphone it would be easy to transfer money. وهنا هنيجي نشوف مع بعض الجرامر بتاعنا وهو بيتكلم على السكند كونديشنال with would, might or could. طبعا السكند كونديشنال اللي هي الحالة الشرطية الثانية وبستخدمها مع would و might and could. We use the second conditional to talk about situations that are easier, impossible, or which might not happen. يبقى هي حاجات يا إما مستحيلة أو غير محتمل إن هي تحصل. If I were taller لو كنت أطول I'd be good at basketball. وده imaginary situation يعني موقف تخيلي. إذا كنت أطول كنت هبقى جيد أو أجيد الباسكتبول. But I am not tall. If I went to England I would visit London. طبعا if I went طبعا هنا went في past simple وعندي would plus الانفينيتيف فيرب. طبعا لو انا زرت لندن هزور او لو زرت انجلاند هزور لندن. طبعا it's not possible ان انا هزور انجلاند now so it's not possible that I would visit London. يعني ما هوش محتمل ان انا اروح انجلترا فبالتالي ما هوش محتمل ان انا ازور لندن. We can use might instead of would وmight بتساوي would plus perhaps يعني ربما. فبقول if you learn Japanese you might get a job in Tokyo but I am not sure. يعني ده حاجة غير مؤكدة. يعني انت لو اتعلمت ياباني ممكن تحصل على وظيفة في طوكيو، وطبعا دي is not يعني certain. We can use could instead of would. وcould هنا بتعبر عن ال ability، يعني we would be able to. We would be able to. طب if we went to the beach. If we went to the beach وبرضه عندي هنا if plus past simple. We could go swimming. We could go swimming. معناها we have the ability to do so. In the negative form might not show possibility. Might not بتبين الاحتمال. But could not shows inability أو عدم القدرة أو impossibility. Impossibility يعني الاستحالة. طب if you went to the museum now. لو أنت رحت الميوزيوم now it might not be very busy. It might not be very busy. ربما ما يكونش very busy. بس ما هوش أكيد. If you visited the palace you couldn't go in the garden because they are closed. You couldn't go يبقى it's impossible to go to the garden. ليه؟ Because it is closed. Now let's look at the exercise. Complete these sentences with the correct form of the verb in brackets to make the second condition. We could go shopping if we had enough time. If we all love. طبعا هنا هتبقى بعد if هتبقى past simple. يبقى if we all loved each other the world يبقى would be the world would be a better place to live in. Number 2, if I be very ill. يبقى if I was or were. If I was or were very ill I يبقى هنا تبقى I go to the doctor. Number 4, if you not know. If you not know يبقى هنا هتتحط في الباست سيمبل. هو مداني في النيجاتيف فور يبقى النفي بتاع الباست سيمبل didn't. يبقى if you didn't know. If you didn't know how to speak English it be difficult. يبقى ممكن ايه it would be difficult or it might be difficult. يبقى ممكن it might be difficult for you to travel to London. يبقى it would or might. His parents help him if he. طبعا ناخد بالنا ان هنا if في النص. يبقى his parents would help him if he. طبعا tell هتحط في الباست سيمبل هتبقى he told them about Papa. Exercise number 3. Then complete the question, then ask and answer. Where you go when a trip to anywhere in the world. فطبعا هو ده عامل لي أول example. يقول لي where would you go if you want a trip to anywhere in the world. وطبعا عندي الانسر يقول لي if I want a trip to anywhere in the world I might go to Japan. I might go to Japan. طبعا عندي question number 2 would. طبعا هنعمل الquestion بيقول لي هتبقى ايه what would you do if you lose. بقى هتبقى ايه past of lose is lost. your school bad. if you lost your school bad. what would you do if you lost your school bad. وطبعا الانسر يبقى if I lost my school bag I would ask for it مثلا at school. I will ask for it at school يعني هسأل عليها في المدرسة. أو I'll ask my friends about it. هسأل عنها زمايلي and so on. وطبعا هنكمل الإكسرسايز بنفس الطريقة. Now we will move to exercise lesson number 3. Exercise number 1 will ask and answer. Which social networking sites do you know? طبعا أنا عندي social networking sites. عندي فيسبوك، عندي انستغرام، عندي واتساب، طبعا عندي حاجات كتيرة. Do you use any social networking site and which one do you use؟ يعني ايه السوشيال نتوركينج اللي انت بتستخدمها؟ What kind of information should you not put on social networking site؟ ايه اللي مش المفروض ان انا احطه في السوشيال نتوركينج سايتس؟ طبعا any personal information. ما احطش على السوشيال نتوركينج سايت any personal information like your name, your address, your qualities, your telephone number, your bank number, and so on. What problem might you have if someone has information about you from the social networking site? لو أي حد أخذ معلومات عنك في السوشيال networking site, you might have a scam. السكام اللي هو العمليات النصب. يبقى might be a victim of a scam. طبعا عندنا قطعة listening واحنا هنسيبها وهندخل على language function. الفانكشن بوكس النهارده بيتكلم عن how to encourage people to continue speaking. When you want someone to continue speaking, أقول له إيه؟ Great. What else does it say? Great. What else does it say? بيقول إيه تاني؟ All. Really? فعلا؟ Go on. كمل. How wonderful. Tell me more. How wonderful. Tell me more. احكي لي أكتر. Then what happened? حصل إيه بعد كده؟ What happened after that? كل دي هي أساليب أخلي الحديث فيها مستمر. وعندي هنا طبعا example بيقول لي إيه؟ There was an interesting story in the news yesterday. Really? Go on. تدي إيه؟ احكي لي حصل إيه. Now we will move to lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 is about Eye on Egypt. It is about a digital projects. Digital projects اللي هي المشاريع الرقمية. Digital projects. Unfortunately means unlikely. يعني لسوء الحظ. Many of the world's ancient wonders are in great danger. يعني معظم عجائب العالم في خطر عظيم. However, a way to help to save many of these monuments have been found by Ben Kassira, an engineer who comes from Iraq. Shark is a project that he started in 2002. It uses a special camera that take photos of ancient temples and monuments. طبعا التمبلز اللي هي المعابد، المونuments اللي هي الآثار. If anything happened to these buildings, the photos would help archaeologists and engineers to repair them. طبعا repair معنى يصلح. Science projects have also been put on an online gallery. يعني البيكتشرز اللي اتاخدت بواسطة سايركس بروجكت دي اتحطت في online gallery so that people from all over the world can see and understand the beauty of this ancient temple. يبقى عندي هنا دي words، عندي Iraq. This is a country in Asia. Temples اللي هي معابد. المونuments اللي هي remains أو الآثار. Repair means fix أو من بمعنى يصلح. والجاليري اللي هو المعرض. وعندي هنا example ancient tubes اللي هي طيبة القديمة. Many tourists visit the area of ancient tubes. in to see buildings such as the Ramseyum, اللي هو معبد الرمسيوم, on one of the most interesting ancient temples. Special photos of the temple's floors and walls have been taken by Sárac's camera. This will give archaeologists more information about the temple. The archaeologists would be able to use the photos if they needed to repair it. Now let's look at exercise number 1. Complete the sentences using the words from the article. Gallery, قلنا ده اللي هو المعرض, Iraq, monument, repair, and temple. This temple is around 2,000 years old. Ram's pipe is broken. How can we طبعا repair it? Number 3, Baghdad is a big city طبعا in Iraq. Number 4, we saw some famous painting in the new art gallery. The Sphinx is a famous طبعا monument. That many tourists visit. Answer the questions. How will the digital photos help archaeologists and engineers? طبعا هو قال لي فوق ان هي they will give them, قال لي what the photos would help archaeologists and engineers to repair them. يبقى طبعا هنا أول واحدة طبعا they help them يبقى to repair them. Where can people see Sárac's projects? طبعا هنا ايه في الأونلاين. Online gallery. Which area has Sárع worked in Egypt? طبعا اللي هي منطقة الايه اللي احنا قلنا عليها اللي هي الايه السيبس او الانشنت سيبس. What has been done at the Ramseyum temple? طبعا اللي اتعمل فيه ايه؟ What has been done? And not in the special photos of the temple floor and walls have been taken by the Sárac's camera, and this will help archaeologists or give them more information about the temple. يبقى دي الانسر بتاعها. هننتقل للجزء الخاص بالريفيو. Exercise number 1, complete the text. I always read about the latest developments in technology. I often tell my friends about it on social media. In some countries, you can money to or from a bank. يبقى طبعا you can transfer money to or from a bank. The banks طبعا require you to write a special number online before you can do this. Exercise number 2. This is about the second conditional. What number 1 will what would you say you say if you win a prize? يبقى what might you say if you won a prize? What might you say if you won a prize? Number 1, if someone be unkind to you, you tell the teacher. طبعا هنعمل يبقى هبدأ الquestion. يبقى if someone. طبعا B هنحطها في past simple يبقى if someone was unkind to you, comma هنحط بقى الكويستشن would you tell وهكمل بقية الكويستشن يبقى would you tell your teacher number 3 if I have money I buy a laptop. طبعا هتبقى if I have هتتحط في الباست سيمبل يبقى هتبقى had يبقى if I had money كوما الجملة التانية هتبقى ايه I أو I might buy a laptop. وممكن بعد استخدم ايه استخدم يبقى if I had money I might or I could buy a laptop. Number 3 encourage people to continue speaking. Layla, there is a story in the newspaper about a scam on social media. طبعا السكام قلنا ليه عملية النصب. Tell me more. طبعا عندي هنا really what happened. A robber اللي هو less found out the name and the address of a rich man. فهنا after that يبقى ايه لو what happened after that he waited for the rich man to go away on business. اللي ايه really go on كملي. He went to his house and tried to take his money but the police caught him. وبكده نكون وصلنا لنهاية الفيديو بتاعنا النهاردة. أتمنى أنكم تكونوا استفدتم. Until we meet again, goodbye and good luck.